everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here for another episode of making ephemera using the color cube. I'm going to go with box one again. We used box one last week. So this is the color cube by Sarah Renee Clark. I've linked below some details about these cubes. There are 2 of them in the collection. So we're going to find a random card. Maybe, let's see what this one is. Whatever one I can grab here. I don't cheat. I typically just yank a card out here. Okay. Oh, wow. This is card number 30. And we need to put something inside of here to not lose my spot, right? I said last time I would be organized and I'd have something ready to do this. That's gone clearly out the window. So here we go. We have a book page. We're okay. All right, this is like Fiesta dishware. It is something that makes me so uncomfortable. It is primary colors used together. That has been I remember I would do like yarn and artsy kind of swaps on Ravelry years ago, and you would always put like your colorways that you loved and colorways that you hated, and I would always put like colorways that I didn't like were primary colors mixed together. So this to me looks like some Fiesta dishware, and we have an orange, blue, yellow, red, green. I especially don't like red and green together outside of Christmas and in nature. Those are the 2 times I can deal with that. So we have blood orange, steel blue, marigold, auburn, and apple green. Okay. This one's going to be a little challenging for me, but I'm going to go shop in the stash now to find things that will make me feel better about this. So I will be back soon. Okay, my friends, we are back, and I think I have accomplished all the colors. So let me put the card here so I can kind of show you my thought process. So the most offensive color to me in all of this is orange. I often struggle with hot colors. They just make me feel like, I think, like subconsciously too hot. So this blood orange, there are shades, like right here matches that, and over here matches that and that. So yeah, I've got that. Then for the steel blue, I grabbed her because her clothing matches really well with those 2, as well as this strip of steel blue fabric that goes quite well there. So let's just set that together. Then for the marigold, I have this tea-dyed large cutout of these flowers, and there's many shades that match within this range. Then for auburn, I grabbed this piece of fabric, and then this little 49 Market flower, and then the apple green, I just grabbed this little scrap of paper. So this is kind of our layout. So let's get into it. What to do? All right, so first I need to decide what I'm going to make. I'm going to keep the card here. Let me just make sure that's in frame. Right there. Okay, yeah, right there is good. So we need to decide what we want to make. And I'm trying to think if I want to make, because I have this nice piece of paper, do I want to make like a journal card or a tag, or like something that I could use as maybe a tip in a journal, or something I could bind in a journal perhaps. I feel like the back of it is not going to match the front, like what I'm going to do. So I think because of that, I won't make it something I'm going to bind in a journal. So let's cut it down with my cutter as a start. And we'll take this strip off the side here. Last time I did this, I made a journal card, like a tall journal card, this sort of style. So I might end up going tag this time. So let's just cut this into a tag. It helps to start like this with materials you love. And this Sherbert series of paper from 49 Market, I really enjoy it. So my focal point is going to be this girl. I love her. She's from Miles Beyond the Moon. Then I think I'm going to be able to keep this a little simple, which is great. These flowers, this big giant thing of flowers, I'm trying to decide if I want them behind her up here, or if I would want to create like, yeah, I do. Okay, so bear with me here. I'm going to rip off this bit. Okay. Then I almost threw my ruler in the recycle bin. Goodness me. Okay, then I want to get some scrap paper here. Okay. Glue stick. So I'm already feeling really excited about using the cards for this. I like this shopping in my stash. It's like another way to use things up. I feel like that's a big thing this year for me, is wanting to use the things in my studio. Not that I don't, but I think honestly I get a little inspired, or a lot inspired, by the things that people say to me on their channel. Or not on their channel, sorry, on my channel. You know, when they're watching and they talk about like, you know, I have this, but I don't know how to use it. I feel really like, oh, let me think about it. Like when people talk to me about that sort of thing. And I think, you know, there's a lot of like exciting things that you can do with the stuff that you have. I was thinking the other day a little bit about like studio organizing and making and all of that, as well as thrifting. And I'm doing this thing where, this is not a comment to anybody else but me, okay? So please don't think I'm applying this to you or anybody else on YouTube. It's only for me and only about me. Because I have collector tendencies. I love to collect things. So it's really important to me to draw a very, very firm line in the sand between what collecting is versus what hoarding is, or, you know, having for no good reason. Like, I don't know. I'm not of the belief that everything you have needs to have a purpose, really. If you just love it, you love it, and that is qualification right there. But also within reason. So I got to thinking about, you know, the amount of time that I spend doing thrift haul videos and videos about things like organization or studio tour or studio information, etc., versus actual creating. And I always want to make sure that one beats the other, and I always want to make sure that me creating is the main content of this channel. So yeah, because, you know, I've seen people that I think are really cool, creative people, and then all of a sudden they stop. Like, I saw one person that I enjoy, and I know I said this isn't about anybody, but I'm not going to identify who this is. It's not important. It's more of like a, if anything, a message of hope for this person. That, you know, they were like, well, it seems like everybody who comes to my channel only wants to watch my thrift haul videos. So, like, I'm just going to make thrift haul videos for now, and when people feel like watching me create, you know, then I'll do that again. And I was sort of thinking about it like, well, the thing about YouTube, right? It's serving you up an incorrect concept about your own, like, value creatively, because it serves up the videos that people watch back to them again. So if you watch thrift haul videos, you're going to get a bunch of thrift haul videos. If you watch, you know, creative videos, you're going to get creative videos. I need my bone folder. Or sorry, not my bone folder, my thingamajiggy, my scoring board. So like, yeah, I definitely think I always want to make sure that the whole point of me being here is more about the creative process than anything else. There we go. Square that down the middle, kind of. And then put this away. Okay, and then we'll bend that to cap that on here, I think. That's what I want to do. But I want to back this. This really does not appeal to me. I don't want that on the back there. Put this nice thin old paper on there. That would be great. Okay. I know some of you are looking at me like, what is she doing covering up that pretty 49 market? It just doesn't go with the aesthetic of this piece. So that's why I'm being the silly that I'm being. I just want to cut around here, but I don't want to get too aggressive and accidentally cut that folded paper. So cut this off. Okay. Get rid of this. Give that a nice press. Now, the back side here, I need art glitter glue. And come back in and just kind of center that on that piece, like so. And I want it to show on the back. That's intended. And I suppose if you wanted to, right now, you could stitch this. And I might actually do that. Is this folding together nicely? You know what I think I'd like to do is a little stitching on this around the edge to just make a nice zigzag on here. That always gives a really nice fold when you do that. So I'm going to do some stitching and come right back. Okay, so that has been stitched on. I like that there like that. It just gives that nice, good stitched down feel on there. All right, so now I am going to have to do more stitching on this. I'm going to have to go around the edge to attach a few things, I think. So we'll get there though. So now get rid of these scraps, and we've got, what do we have? We've got the blood orange, we've got the marigold. Now we need apple green, steel blue, and auburn. So I'm thinking what I would like to do with the steel blue is very simply the tag topper with the fabric, and then obviously my focal point, this girl here. So how wide do I want that? About that size. I like that. So we'll take a piece of this, and I'm just going to try to fray it a little. It's a woven fabric, so it does lend itself to being frayed. Where's my... Just going to use this little paper piercer to kind of fray it a little more dramatically here. Let's take a couple more rows off the top on each end. There we go. That's good. Another one on this side, I think. I had a beautiful walk today. It's been disturbingly unseasonably warm here at like 13 degrees in February. We broke an 83-year-old heat record. Not happy about that, but it is what it is. And I'm trying to just enjoy the weather for the best that I can. So I got out and I walked with my kiddos, and they went scooting and had a great time, and I saw 7 squirrels chase each other up a tree, and it was so cute. So let's put that gnarly bit at the bottom, and this will go up here and get stitched. Let's just lay it there for now though, because we have a few more things we need to sort out. So obviously I completely adore this as a focal point. She's really cool. I'm going to just ink around her. I think this is going to be a relaxing little series. Mainly because I'm just making like one thing, and yeah, it doesn't have all the stress of Tuesday 10. Though I know you guys like Tuesday 10. I plan to continue to do Tuesday 10. I do enjoy it myself. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. Okay, this I think we'll put back here as a part of that. And then I did cut this flower out to also go in here. So let's just quickly fussy cut. And by quickly, I mean as quickly as I can fussy cut. But yeah, it was a really nice day. I did a little thrifting. I went to the scrapbook store. I went to 2 thrift stores, I guess. And we went on this nice big walk, and we had a nice lunch. And yeah, it was good. We had a nice lunch outside, which we haven't been able to do for a while. And my kids are picnic fiends. I think I've made them that way from always picnicking. Would that be cute there above her head like that? Or would it take away from her hilarious cool hair? It might. I think I will go with this just kind of a little bit under her feet. Hold on, let me move up. Under her should be standing in a flower, and that could be why her hair's standing on end. Yeah, perhaps. Okay, let's measure that to here, roughly. And then get my glue. That here. It's like a nice little line across. And then I think we'll glue her down. Yeah, I think that's where we want her. Then we need to glue the flower. Okay. And I'll just add a little ink in the white spaces here that I did not fussy cut out because it's me. Now, come over here, we'll trim that. Then I want to bring in Studioloo in another way, using this ink. Just on the tag, not on the flip out part. Maybe on the back side of the flip out part, but not the front. I'll just give it a nice outline. Okay, then on the back we will do the inking again. Okay. Oops, what am I doing? Did you see that? Were you like, what is she doing? Trying to put this whole ink container on this as a lid. Okay, so that flips out. This goes here. All right, then I think I'm gonna check real quick if I have any words that would go on here nicely. Oops, my heat gun is falling. Okay. Imagine the moon's twinkling light. It certainly goes with the colors. It's that steel blue for sure. Well, it's a little light, maybe not. The evil eye. No, we're not going to make her evil. Okay, I think I found it. We're going to use these 4 lines that I think bring the thoughts of both blue and orange to mind. So the verse is, I saw their eyes all in a flame of fire, right? That gives us the blood orange. I saw a house as big as the moon and higher. For me, that brings me the yellow or maybe the blue, depending on how you think of the moon. I know I sometimes think of the moon as a cool blue, like it's drawn in children's books, and other times like a yellow or a gray. I saw the sun even in the midst of the night. So there's that orangey color again. The sun, maybe the yellow. I saw a man that saw this wondrous sight. So that's a really nice verse. And it's only a part of a longer verse, but I only like this part of it for this piece. So we'll glue the words on. And I like to separate the lines of verse this way. I just think it looks better. Sometimes I use the whole verse. It just depends on what I am making. And I also like to just kind of do them a little offset too. Not necessarily super straight, not all lined up. Like get a little artsy if you can with this. Just gotta trim this one down a little bit more. There we go. And then the way I'm organizing these is I'm just kind of putting them in between places that they don't cover anything up that I like that butterfly or her face or hands, you know. Okay, so we have one job left, and that's to stitch around this. So I'm going to go do that. I will clean up and come back, and we'll look at the final piece along with the card together. Okay, my friends, here we go. I like what has happened here. I feel like this is good. Like I like the style of what I've created. And I'm really seeing all the colors. I'm seeing less of the green, more of everything else. And this green might distract a little from the green that's here. It's not as aptly, I mean, parts of it are, but some of it's dark. But there's no rule saying that we can't add more things, right? Add more colors. I might even add from that word thing that I had. Where did it go? Yeah, I saw this and I saw that. Because it might be a nice way to just bring that over here, and I think I can do that with, I saw a cloud with ivy circled around, because, you know, again, I'm thinking of blue, I'm thinking of green with that, and when I add this, it's almost like a bit of like foreshadowing that there's going to be more of a story when you open up the card. You see it peeking out, but like this will be a little bit of foreshadowing to what's going to happen when you open up the card. And then, you know, if we want to, we can distress the words a little bit, maybe. Just a little, not a lot. Just a little bit of ink left here. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So I saw a cloud with ivy circled round. I saw their eyes all in a flame of fire. I saw a house as big as the moon and higher. I saw the sun even in the midst of night. I saw the man that saw this wondrous sight. So that is my piece for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it. I think this is so much fun, and I love this tag. Again, I think it's going to help inspire us to make some different things. So until next time, you have a wonderful day, and we will talk again soon. We'll be back in the cube, and take care. Bye for now.